Right, after we've done the formula, we need to go on to the next part of task 2, which is task 2D, and it's sorting the data. Part of that is also formatting, but this video is just on sorting. Sort the data in ascending order, so that's A to Z. First name within, and that word within is quite crucial, ascending order of last name. Because there's two bold headings, column headings in that sort line, we know that it's not a standard sort, it's what's called a custom sort or complex sort. So it's sorting one inside the other. So looking at the data, that is what it wants us to do. It wants us to sort from last name from A to B. So it starts with A at the top, B, C all the way down to Z. But if there's any names that are the same, then what it wants us to do is to flip over to the first name, and within that little selection that I've got there, in this surname Booth, there's two of them, it wants us to sort the first name in A to Z, ascending order. So A would be at the top and B, C, or in this case A, Anne at the top and Joe at the bottom. So it's a complex sort. There's two ways of reading it. Some exam bodies, not Edexcel, will say something like sort in the ascending order of the last name, then sort in the ascending order of the first name, and then you could do it in that order. But because they've got the word within there, they've actually flipped it on its head. You would actually sort that one first, and then you would sort that one, because it's last name being done first within first name, or vice versa. It is confusing. The rule to remember is, if you're doing a custom sort, then you need to flip it. So if that says first name first, you do that second, and their last name is at the end, you do that first. You just flip it round. That's the easiest way, just to think about it. There are other ways of doing it. Let's go to the data. You can get away with doing two simple sorts. You can just click, remember a simple sort is to click anywhere in the column that you want to sort on, and then click sort A to Z. That's sorted the first name. Then you go over to the second one, last name, and then do the same thing, sort A to Z. And what it's done there, it's done all the last name is A, B, C all the way down, which is correct. But anywhere that you've got two names the same, like here we've got two Bates, then it flips over to the first name and you can see KA is before KE, the Booth one is where Anne is before Joe, Clarkson, AB for Abigail is before Alan, and someone, where's the last one, Jackson, Alexandria is before Christopher. So that's worked. The problem with doing the two standard sorts is it sometimes can go wrong. It sometimes doesn't work. So if you do it, make sure you double check that it has worked. I'm just going to do undo, Control Z twice, because I want to show you the complex or custom way of doing the same sort. So the custom way, you click anywhere in your data, you go to custom sorts, you make sure that says my data has headers. If it isn't ticked, it will say column ABC. So if you see column ABC here, it just means that isn't ticked. Make sure that is ticked, and then you'll see the actual column headings. So remember, we have to flip it around. They ask us to sort by first name within last name. So we do last name first. Then you click on this button up here called Add Level, and then go down to the combo box again and choose first name. These values here, A to Z, that's ascending. If it asks us to sort in descending, we would need to change it to Z to A. But this particular one, they've asked us to do it in ascending, and they nearly always do, but obviously it could be in there, the word descending. And then click OK, and it's done exactly what we had done earlier. And do a quick check, Booth and Booth, Anne and Joe. So that's worked. That way is more guaranteed that you'll always get it right, it would, but obviously it's a bit more complicated. Custom sort. To be honest, it's not that hard, but if you have forgotten it or you can't remember how to do it or there's problems, remember you can go back and just sort one and then click into the next column and sort the other. That time, of course, if you're doing two single sorts, you would do it in the order that they're asking you to do it there. Remember also the sorts is on the home ribbon over this end here, the sort and filter. But it's also actually on the data ribbon. You see it's here. There's the standard single sorts, and clicking on that one is the custom sort. So remember, I mean, we use the home ribbon because that's what it's usually on, but for some reason if you can't find it, you can also look through the ribbons until you see it there, but or if that ribbon is already open, maybe you could use it then. It's the same thing. So that was how to do a sort, a double simple sort, or the better way using a custom sort. So it's literally, if I do undo, custom sorts, click anywhere in the data, go to custom sort, make sure it says my data as headers, choose it in reverse order of what it says in the question line, last name, first name after you click add level, and then click OK, and double check it has actually done what it's supposed to do. I'll do an undo again. If you can't remember that, or if there's been a problem, then you can do it with two single sorts. This time you do it in the order of what they've asked you to do the question. So clicking the first name first, do a single sort, send in, then go over to last name and do a single sort. But do double check that, because it sometimes won't work depending on the way the data's lined up and the data, etc. But that's essentially it. That's how to do the sorts. I would recommend, as I said, doing a custom sort. So hopefully this video has been some use. If you have any questions, please put them down in a comment and I'll try and answer them as soon as possible. The next video is on how to format the sheet to get the maximum points in the Edexcel exam. And if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notifications of all of the videos that are coming up.